Welcome back to NGN, I'm Julian, and here are 5 VR titles you should keep an eye on. Number 5, Nvidia VR Funhouse. Alright, just to clear the air, the N in NGN stands for Nvidia. The first N does anyway. So yes, we're going to talk about Nvidia stuff. Throwing all sorts of wizardry like PhysX and Flameworks into one place, Nvidia creates a suite of carnival games that show off each technology and immerse the player. Best of all, it's free, so if you have nothing to lose, check it out. Number 4, Everest Experience. Virtual reality is opening up entirely new avenues for developers, and while we're seeing plenty of games and VR documentaries or movies, a new category that falls somewhere in the middle is starting to emerge. They're VR experiences, and they range from exploring IKEA furniture interactively to one called Butts the VR Experience. I didn't make that up, it's real, and I don't even want to know what it is. One that looks to be head and shoulders above the rest, literally, is the Everest VR experience. Thor Gunnarsson and his team worked with over 300,000 pictures of Mount Everest to make a digital replica. Slip on the goggles and you're at base camp. An hour and some sweaty palms later and you'll find yourself at the top. And unlike the real Mount Everest, you can stay up there and watch the stars come out. Number 3, Star Trek Bridge Crew. Ubisoft's VR offering comes straight out of the fantasies of nerds like me. It's called Star Trek Bridge Crew, and it does pretty much what it says on the tin. You can choose to be one of 4 crew members, helm, tactical, engineering, and of course, captain, aboard the USS Aegis. While the other positions can be filled by a CPU, the real fun comes from having your friends play with you. This online multiplayer puts to bed an early criticism of VR that claims it will be too isolationist and cold. This means that Star Trek Bridge Crew is a game where people from around the world can come together to fly among the stars and make a brighter future. It's the closest we'll get to Roddenberry's vision without building actual starships. The game is set to release this fall. Number 2, Abduction. Here's a fun experiment. Talk to gamers who have been around since the 90s and ask them if they've ever played Myst. If you watch a wave of nostalgia roll across their face, you'll know your answer. Myst is still lauded as a pioneer of narrative and gameplay, famous for telling its story through puzzles and exploration. While the developer of Myst, Cyan Worlds, is bringing something akin to a spiritual successor to VR. The Kickstarter-backed Abduction sets you in a desert mining town nestled in an alien landscape and lets you take it from there. The release date was recently pushed back to give the devs more time to polish, but they're aiming to have it on sale for $29.99 by the week of August 22nd, so sit tight. Number 1, Raw Data. Survios looked at the infant world of VR and decided there needed to be a game where players could fight off hordes of robots with dual pistols and a boomerang samurai sword. And that's what they delivered. The game emphasizes active movement, making the player hack, slash, dodge, and move instead of sitting in their chair under the headset. It also supports multiplayer, so your friends can get in on the action too. The game is still in early access, but is remarkably polished. Survios looks to have the full version out by the end of the year. Well, there you have it, 5 VR titles either on the way or that you can already play to kickstart your VR collection. If there's anyone you think that we missed, be sure to tell us in the comments, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching NGN.